Today, I will talk about the background of the bank. Let's go!
HSBC Amanah Malaysia Berhad is a fully fledged Islamic bank wholly owned by HSBC Malaysia and a member of the HSBC Group. Since 1994, they have been offering Islamic financial services in Malaysia and officially introduced it globally in 1998. HSBC Amanah was incorporated in February 2008 and commenced its operation in August 2008. The aim of HSBC Amanah is to make HSBC the leading provider of Islamic banking and services worldwide. Afin Islamic Bank Berhad was incorporated on 13 September 2005 and a wholly owned subsidiary of Afin Bank Berhad. A year later, it was officially operated as a stand-alone Islamic bank. Afin Bank owned 110 branches all over Malaysia to provide services to customers. Afin Islamic Bank always leading in introducing a Sharia-compliant product as they provide a range of products that adopt a variety of Sharia concepts ranging from Musharakah, Mudharabah, Istisna, and others.
On 8th May 2005, Qawaid Finance House Berhad became the first foreign Islamic bank that was granted a license under the Islamic Bank Act Malaysia 1983. They began their branch operations on 8th August 2005. They provide innovative Sharia-based financial solutions to the customer. They also act as the intermediary and facilitator to promote two-way investment and trade between Malaysia, Asia Pacific and the Middle East. Qawaid Finance House Berhad also provide a complete range of Sharia-based financial products and services under corporate and retail banking as well as treasury and international business.
Public Islamic Bank commenced on its operation on 1 November 2008 as a wholly subsidiary of Public Bank. They have been contributing to Islamic banking field as a whole since 1993. They focusing more on consumer and retail financing, small and medium enterprise, as well as financing and deposit taking. Their full-fledged Islamic branches located at Kampung Baru Kuala Lumpur and Putrajaya. RHB Islamic Bank was established in 2005 and the first full-fledged Malaysian Islamic bank that matured from Islamic banking window operations. They also stand as a wholly owned subsidiary of RHB Banking Group as the key driver of Sharia business for the entire RHB Banking Group. They offers a full suite of Sharia-compliant financial products and also the solution to all retail, commercial and corporate customers.
Before we proceed to the background of the products, let us look at the concept of musharakah. Ali wants to buy a house, but he does not have enough funds, so he approached an Islamic bank. The Islamic banker explained the concept of home financing is based on partnership, where the bank and Ali will jointly purchase the selective house, which Ali contribute 30% value of his share and the bank contribute the balance amount, which is 70%. Ali leases the bank share in the house using ijarah and makes periodic rental payments. Using the profit earned from the rental payment, Ali gradually buy portions of ownership in the house from the bank until all bank shares in the house are fully owned by Ali.
Okay, next, I will talk about the background of the products. For the first product is Public Bank Home Equity Financing I. It is a housing finance plan based on the Sharia concept of diminishing partnership. The customer may choose between a full flexible or semi-flexible package. Both allow the customer to reduce the loan principal with any additional cash they deposit. Next, the customer can withdraw with any extra cash paid and allows the customer to refinance their home loan with Public Islamic Bank. For the second product, Afin Extra Plus I, it is proposed by Afin Islamic Bank, which is a term financing granted to existing mortgage customers with an approved limit of the existing mortgage financing, which is fully disbursed and the repayment record has been clean. The facility is for personal use and investment. This financing is eligible to individual, sole proprietor and partnership exclude private limited and voluntary organization. For the third product is Equity Home Financing I. It is offered by RHB Islamic Bank. It is a financing for the purchase of residential property using the concept of diminishing partnership between the bank and the customer. And the customer progressively buys the ownership from the bank until the customer holds the full ownership of the property. The bank will transfer the property of ownership to the customer by a way of notice of fulfillment. For the next product is Home Smart Eye. It is introduced by HSBC Amanah Malaysia Berhad. It is a revolving home financing facility with a straight line payment schedule that offers flexibility and potentially higher savings. In other words, it is for financing of new property, whether it is under construction or completed property, subsale and refinancing. It allows the customer to deposit more than the actual installment amount and to withdraw the excess payments made at any point of time. Lease rental will be charged lower if the customer repay an amount more than their installment. For the fifth product is Musharakah Home Financing I. It is proposed by Qawaid Finance House Berhad. It is to make convenience for the customer by offering the best house financing features and flexibility. This unique product is a combination of two Islamic concepts, namely Musharakah with Ijarah, in Arabic known as Ijarah Mausufah fi Zimah. It is an alternative to conventional housing loans. Qawaid Finance House Berhad offers sound protection for customers, investment with greater savings. The product features such as equity partnership, value for money financing packages with greater flexibility.
Okay, now I'll be explaining the maxim that related to the products. The scholars have differentiated two major categories of hardship, which are the hardship that permanently accompanies act of hardship and the one which does not accompany acts of hardship most of the time. This situation indicates that there is a solution by the Sharia to ease the difficulty. To understand more, let us see the example. When a person who is convicted any crime, the punishment should be carried out immediately after the declaration of the sentence. But if the person is sick, the sentence can be deferred as to ease him from additional hardship.
So, how this maxim is being applied by the bank? This maxim is applied when a bank wants to charge for the expenses that occur in the administration of the contract in the bank that has been already approved by the Islamic Fiqh Academy. We can see that these 5 products charge other fees to the customer. Let us look at one example of the product. RHB Equity Home Financing I product charge the customer early settlement fee, which is subject to terms of agreement with the bank. Late penalty fee, which is 1% per annum of the outstanding amount, will be imposed if the customer pays late. There is no processing fee, while redemption letter fee and letter for EPF withdrawal fee also will be charged per request. All these fees are allowed and should be borne by the customers, and it is for the benefits of the customers. This is because it will relieve the difficulty by allowing the bank to cover its administrative costs and other expenses.
Al-Aslu fi Jami' al-Uqud al-Adlu. The fundamental requirement in every contract is justice. Maxim is about to uphold the justice in everything in our life, including muamalah. For example, if the subject matter is damaged before it is delivered to the buyer, they are not liable to pay the price of the subject matter because it is unfair towards the buyer if the seller receives the payment without delivering the subject matter.
It is the fact that Islam emphasizes on being justice according to the objective of Maqasid Sharia, which is to protect maslahah and prevent mafsadah. This maxim is not only to protect the customer right as it involves both parties between the bank and the customer. The bank right also must be protected, and that is why it is permissible to charge penalty to the customer. So, compensation or ta'wid can be imposed by Islamic banks on late payment of financial obligations. The customer is responsible to pay any charge imposed by the bank. They fail to pay any amount overdue, which failure continues beyond the tenure of the facility. In this case, all banks impose penalty fees. RHB and KHF Bank charge 1% on overdue amounts per annum for late payment, while Public and HSBC Bank impose late penalty fee, which is 1% per annum. Also, Affinbank charged 1% per annum of the outstanding amount. It is a fair compensation charge for actual loss suffered by the bank.
الأصل في العقود والشروط الجواز والصحة. The presumption of validity and permissibility applies to all contracts. This maxim is based on the maxim permissibility is the original rule for all things and related to the maxim certainty is not overcome by doubts. The contract must be lawful and not contradict with the Sharia. For example, the sale of pork would be invalid since pork is prohibited by the Sharia. And also a sale that contains the element of riba is invalid because it is prohibited by Allah as mentioned in Surah Al-Baqarah verse 275.
This maxim emphasizes on conditions that are proposed by one of the parties. The contract will be valid if the other party willingly agreed and not forced from someone else with the conditions. Before the customer apply the product, the bank will explain the conditions and the customer must have agreed and fulfilled the conditions. For an example, Public Bank Home Equity Financing Act stated in the conditions that the customer is compulsory to buy the Takaful Fire Insurance and the premium is charged annually. The other examples, documents on agreement between the customer and the bank must be signed as a proof and to show that both parties agree with the conditions by entering the contract willingly.
الأصل في العقود رضا المتعاقدين وموجبها مؤاجبة على أنفسهما بالتعاقد. The general principle conferring validity of contracts is the consent of both parties and the effective terms and conditions are what they agree. This maxim refers to an important general principle of contracts. The contract becomes valid when both parties freely give mutual consent. But the contract will become invalid if the condition contradict with the Sharia. For example, when one enters into the contract, one of the parties gives a certain condition for the seller to fulfill before he buys it. If the seller fails to fulfill the condition, they can revoke the contract as the seller did not fulfill the condition of this contract.
In the application of Islamic finance, all 5 banks provides a product disclosure sheet which contains information about the financial product, including any significant benefits and risks, the cost of the financial product, and the fees and charges that the financial product issuer may receive. It is to help the customers make informed decisions when purchasing a financial product based on a clear understanding of the main factors and risks of the product. Then the bank will take consent of the customer first before proceeding with the agreement by asking the customer to sign a few documents related to the contract showing that the customer agrees on conditions that have been set by the bank. Both parties, which are banks and customer, must get mutual consent from each other before pursuing the agreement.